What do you do for the holidays?
Being really honest, Christmas is I used to really like Christmas, but I've just gone off it. I really have. I think it's symptomatic of what I dislike about the modern world. Unfortunately, it's just turned into like huge consumerism. I know it's always been there, but I'm just sort of maybe more aware of it. I just find it really awful, really dismal, actually. I'd much prefer New Year's Eve. I've been celebrating New Year's Eve as Christmas, or like as my celebration, for the last few years. I don't think we've had a Christmas tree or decorations or anything since 2000. Actually, it's like,
but on Christmas Day, do you go anywhere?
A miserable family. I kind of join in, but I just bite my lip and join in. It's all right. I mean, there's elements of it that are all right. I don't sound too miserable about it, but it starts too early. I think that's what it is. Actually, think about it. It starts in like summer now. It's like you get stuff through the door, and it's like Happy Christmas, and you're thinking it's August. So maybe it went back to like just a couple of weeks. You'd get back that sort of like real expectation, that sense of wonder. But maybe not for me, maybe for others, I don't know.
We were talking about newer bands that you're into. You said Explosion in the Sky.
Yeah.
Stoic Mogwai.
Yeah.
Who else?
Well, most of the bands off the Curiosa Festival a couple of years back, I keep a special eye out for what they're doing. I've been listening to a lot of new music recently. I find it very hard to get into stuff.
And why is that? Why do you think?
Well, I know that particularly when we're making a new record, I go into a different kind of mindset, and I'm very aware of like not kind of listening to music and dissecting it and thinking, oh, that's a good idea. I think, and so I kind of like don't enjoy listening to music as much when I'm making a record. It's always been that way, so it's I'll get over it.
And then you said you don't blog, but how do you find out about new music? Do you go on the internet? Do you get it from your nephew and nieces, or?
My nephews and nieces, all of them are really into music, and so they use me to get into gigs, so I just go along as well. So we go to quite a few, different types of show, and it's good. Keeps me kind of active.
What was the last show you were at?
Cooper Temple Claws in Brighton a couple of weeks back, and it was genius. Really, really good.
I saw the MTV Icon from Europe, and there was a big segment on the Cure look. And they had a stylist do it, and they broke down what kind of makeup you use.
Yeah, and they got it all completely wrong, man.
Well, you said that you never use powder.
I've never used powder. I don't understand why people find it so strange. I'm just pale. Right? You can't wear powder. I started kind of growing a beard, actually. I shaved at the last minute. I bottled out and I shaved today. I was just going to my new Cure look was going to be like a big beard.
And have you ever, within the last few years, thought about cutting your hair, or?
It's been a long time actually since I've shaved my head. It's been a good 10 years since I had a hack at it. I don't know. I think I'm very close to doing it again. I can feel. In fact, I'm surprised that I haven't done it yet, because I think that might be the key to finishing the new album. Ooh. I've got this little voice in my head saying, kind of take the plunge. But it's I never really think about it that much. It's only when it's kind of drawn to my attention. I'm so used to, when I wake up in the morning, that's what I look like. So it's like it's no shock to me what it is actually. But
we've got the entire Cure video collection online. Obvious question. We actually asked it in the show. Favorite song, now favorite video.
Oh.
And I believe you picked two.
Yeah,
and we'll talk about one right now.
Again, it's tough because a lot of them mean something special to me. But the two that I picked out, one, it's not really a video. Actually, it's Never Enough from the live DVD, and I just like it because it's kind of fresh, and it's the new 4-piece Cure doing what they do best. It's like it's got a nice kind of rock sound, and it's full of energy, and it's just it's what I want to put into the new record. So I like it for that. It's not a great video. It's a good look.
But there's some house shots where they take the camera and then they put it on the big screen. I kind of like those because it's not all high definition. It's just kind of.
I'll tell you the weirdest thing about this clip is that it was the first thing we kind of made people aware of the DVD. We showed it to people, and some people are going, Simon's got a hat on in some bits and not in others, and Paul's got stripy and not in others. And I'm saying it's a multi-show edit. That's kind of the point. Right? So anyway, see what you think.
On the TV portion of Subterranean, we were talking about how people have neat Cure stories. Whether it be The Cure was their wedding song, or they met someone in college listening to The Cure. And you had a good story of a wedding that you actually passed.
Yes, a tellable tale of it. It was actually the last time we were in New York. We were staying in a hotel and we heard there was a wedding going on the first floor, so we wandered along there. We'd been out, we came back and it was in full swing. The reception was going, and you could hear Just Like Heaven being played. And I pushed open these double doors, and the doors were actually behind the band, and they were playing Just Like Heaven for live. So the others kind of pushed me in and go on. I walked through, and the singer kind of like did a double take and almost fell over, and I carried on singing the final part of the song and bowed and kind of walked off. And strange mixture of emotions of some people not believing it was me, other people thinking it was staged, other people thinking it was arranged. It's quite funny. Got some very, very funny pictures from it. And
did you see any reactions in the crowd, like what?
The bride and groom were actually dancing right in front of the mic, and the bride, every time she span round, so it went, and the groom was like, but if they're watching, it was me.
You guys just put out a DVD called Festival 2005.
Yeah.
And what it is, it's a bunch of songs taped over 9 different festivals from last year. Was it your intention going in to make a DVD?
No, absolutely not. We did the first show in Spain. In fact, we didn't even know we were going to play any shows until about 5 weeks before the first run, and suddenly I decided that it would be a good idea to play a show. So they just kind of accumulated, and as each weekend went by, we just got more and more cameras together, gave people cameras, and by the last one, by the night we had about 13 or so cameras going. Then we got it all home, just.
And then when you sat home with it, you're like, maybe.
Well, I even then, because we went into the studio and actually started recording a new record, and I completely forgot all about it. And then in the summer, a couple of the crew came along and said, look, we've started editing this together, and it's like, it looks pretty good. So it just kind of happened, really. It was quite a very strange project, really. It wasn't up until about a month ago that I actually thought it was going to happen at all. So.
And then there's 30 songs on it, and is that because The Cure has been a band for 30 years, or just a coincidence?
It was a big plan. Well, we kind of knew that. The thing is that you, on a DVD, I mean, you can only squeeze so much on before the quality starts to suffer. And the quality has suffered a little bit on the picture side at the expense of keeping the audio really good, because I figured that, you know, it's more important that it sounds good. But I wanted like a lot of songs in there to give a kind of idea, because we played about 60 songs over the 9 shows, so I wanted to give a flavour of like what we were playing last year.
And you said that you guys were working on a new album.
Yeah.
Next year, maybe?
It will definitely be out before the middle of next year. Has to be, because there's too many things kind of hanging on it. And yeah, I mean, it's worth the wait. It's one of those things. I think when you're a younger band and you have to kind of keep the momentum going, you have to and there's a lot of pressure on you just to bring out the next thing so that you don't kind of disappear. With The Cure, it's kind of different now, because the albums are made for other reasons. I mean, they were always made for the right reasons, I think, but you tend to be more creative more often, I think, when you're younger. When you're older, also, you live a life outside of what you do in the band. You also, I personally have like standards that I don't really want to drop below, and it just takes me a lot longer to kind of have something that I'm really happy with. So the process takes longer, but I think it's worth it at the end. I hope it is.